Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord. And so here they are hiding, right? They're hiding up in the mountains. They're hiding in the dens of lions, where whatever is up in there, that are, I'm sure, were empty, because otherwise they'd have been eaten, right? But, they had no home. There was no home for them. Listen, I can tell you that after I've gone to work, I want to go home. Home is a sacred place. Israel had no home. They're hiding. They're hiding. Not only that, but it says that whatever seed they had sown, it was taken up by the Midianites, right? Listen, when we plant a harvest and we are not in the place with God that we should be, your harvest is going to be devoured. You're going to reap what you sow. The Bible says if you sow to the wind, you will reap the whirlwind. There is a greater harvest based on what you've planted, right? So when we give to the Lord, He returns to us in increase, and it's good. But when we are doing things our own way, you are going to reap a thing that you didn't really ever want. Okay. Midian. Let me just tell you about Midian. Midian was the son of Abraham. After Sarah died, Abraham married a woman in Genesis 25, I think it was. Her name was Keturah. They had a bunch of sons, and one of them was named Midian. Midian means strife. Why would you name your child that? Every time they called him, they said, "Come here, strife," right? They're calling strife into their house. Israel had called strife into their house. There was contention in their house. And it impoverished them. It stole everything that they had, and they forgot who they were. Listen, when we open the door to sin in our life, you're opening the door to so much more, and it's going to bring destruction, and then we wonder what happened, right? And we wonder, God, why have you brought me to this place? And we kind of put it onto Him sometimes. We need to get a grip on that one, because, we open the door, we walk through it, and we don't have the right to put that on God. He loves us. He loves us. He will meet you in your mess, but He loves us. In verse 6, it says, Israel was greatly impoverished because of the Midianites, and the Israelites cried to the Lord. Have you ever cried to God? We cry about a lot of stuff, don't we? I don't know how I got here, Lord. I don't have anything to say to these people on Sunday, Lord. What have I done? Why did I say yes? Oh, God, we walk a lot of paths. We cry a lot of tears. But I want to say something here, because the Lord showed me this a few weeks ago, and I haven't been able to let it go, because this meant so much to me in my life. I believe that there is something that you need to gain from this too. In verse 6, it said the Israelites cried to the Lord, but in verse 7, it says, and when they cried to the Lord because of Midian. There is a root to your problem. There's a root to why you act the way you act. There's a root to why you talk the way you talk. There's a root to what it is that we do, how we think, and how we treat people. Now listen, if you got good roots, you're going to be good, right? You're going to act good. You're going to be joyful. But when you got a root of bitterness, when you've got a root of unforgiveness, when you've got a root that is catching you up in some way, you got a habit that's hanging on and you can't seem to let it go, and you just keep revisiting and revisiting and revisiting. There's a root to the thing. Sometimes what we do is we are crying to the Lord about all the outward things. But God is looking to pull it out from the inside out, because when the root is pulled, it changes you forever. There's a root. Somebody said something to me yesterday, and it set me off. It set me off, and it ruined a whole bunch of my day yesterday. I'm going to tell Don't give up on that. Even if it takes a little while. Listen, we just read that it had been 7 years. It might take you a little while. Sometimes something's been growing for a while. Sometimes we've left it alone and let it sit there for a while, right? We've let it fester for a while. So sometimes it takes a little bit to get it dug out. Just do it.